What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So, this right here just shows how much dedication, Kawhi has to this team with the Clippers. And it just shows how much Kawhi wants to win a championship. He's been playing pretty much every game this year, have not really missed a beat, been pretty much on point as much as any other superstar in the league has been. And he's been one of the best in the league this year, if not the best player in the league this year, based upon the games he's played, the impact he's had, and how the Clippers really went from a team at the start of the season at 3-7 to a team that's, that won 25 out of 32 games. It was just amazing to see what the Clippers did. And they actually reached the number one spot at one point in time in the season not that long ago. Ever since the All-Star break, they've been 8-8, I believe, record, somewhere like that after the All-Star break. So, with that being said, they still got some things to work on, and then, they got to get Russ back. But, for the most part, they've been a pretty solid team, and they definitely are a contender for a championship if healthy. And speaking of health, of course, Kawhi plays last night against the Bulls after having an issue with his back tightness couple nights before or a night or two before, and they actually have a back-to-back playing today as well against tonight as well against the Pelicans. So that's a big game also. But Kawhi is definitely playing through his injuries, and a lot of people talk about the back spasm, how it can interrupt his season in regards to going forward. But the fact that he's dedicated, playing through it, and pretty much playing every game, you got to give Kawhi credit there. I definitely know for a fact that Kawhi wants to play basketball. He wants to be one of the best player that he can be, and he wants to win more than anything. And things like this, dedication times like this just shows, from your main superior leader on the team, how much everybody else on the team should feed off that energy. And, I think, the Clippers will definitely be able to feed off it. They just got to hope that Kawhi be able to stay healthy enough to go into the playoffs and everything. And I hope he does too, because of course he's my favorite player. And I definitely want to see, him reach his highest heights once again and, hoist that trophy and, be a champion once again, because I feel like he deserves it. A lot of the criticism that Kawhi has gotten, this team has gotten, and everybody along with this team, I feel like their just due is here. I feel like they need to, definitely go all in for it the way they are and don't look back. And I appreciate the fact of watching Kawhi go out there and, put his body on the line. And I feel like fans need to appreciate that a little bit more too, because the notion around Kawhi all these years is, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't like basketball. He doesn't take the sport serious. And I always thought it was a bunch of BS, because how do you not take the sport seriously when you've won championships? It doesn't make sense. Obviously, if you won multiple championships in this league, you definitely take it seriously, but you also take your health seriously too. And Kawhi's had a multitude of injuries throughout his career that a lot of reporters and analysts do not really talk about as much, to kind of give him the credit in regards to what type of great player he is when he steps on the court. He is a top player in the league to me. He's the best player in the league when he's on the court and healthy. I don't really think it's none better, because you can't give me another superstar that can go both ends of the court and dominate and have an impact the way that he does on offense and defense. Most superstars are one-sided. Some play defense to a degree, but they're not the defensive player that he is, and they're not the defensive player, definitely not the defensive player that he was, even more so back in San Antonio days. So, his defense really is a prime factor of what helps him win championships, because he can pretty much control a game on his own without the services of other superstars, because he's one of the only ones that we actually look at and say, yeah, Kawhi Leonard can win a championship and probably don't have to have 2 or 3 superstars on the team. He just needs everybody on the team that he's currently on to play their role. And that's what he's going to need from especially PG and Harden, because like last night, PG had 28 points. Kawhi poured in 27 points. They got the big victory, over the Bulls, because that victory was needed. And they definitely have to try to stay within contention as much as they can and try to stay as high as they can in the seeding and the standings. But for them to actually take it to another level and win a championship, they need consistency out of James Harden and Paul George. And then, like I said, Paul George don't have to average 25 points a game, nor does James Harden. Only they need to average, together, Both of them need to average 19 to 20 points a game consistently every single night. And then Kawhi will do his part, if he's there and healthy, along with them. If they're there and healthy, they have to do their part. And that's just the way this team is going to be able to, get over the hump. Now, of course, you can have some off nights here and there because you have the luxury of Russell Westbrook. When he comes back, he can have a big game, or two big nights in the playoffs and all those things as well. And then you got, Terrence Mann, playing well. Norman Powell is just a walking bucket. We ain't really got to speak on him. He's just like automatic sometimes. And then, the addition of anybody else that comes along offensively definitely helps your chances of winning. And if they can actually put forth effort on defense alongside, the two great wing players the Clippers have and, get some decent amount of production out of the 5 position, the Clippers will be just fine in the playoffs, based upon health and everything. So I actually just want to see them, be healthy enough to go into the playoffs and give it a run and give it a try, because that's really the only thing that's held them back from actually, propelling forward to possibly winning a championship. But this dedication from Kawhi and him playing through injuries, this back spasm, we hope that it doesn't come back. We hope that it doesn't aggravate him going forward. But him playing through it, trying to be the best player he can be and sacrifice for this team, it goes a long way. And I definitely think it goes a long way in the locker room with these guys. And they know what he's about. They know what type of guy he is. They know who he is. And they know that he's all about winning. And I feel like that will rub off on the rest of the team. And hopefully it does. And hopefully, them staying healthy will be the ultimate factor for them, along with winning the championship. Because if it is, then if that's the mindset, which I do believe it is with the whole team, and it's resonated with the team, then that's what possibly can be the outcome of their season.